It's time to talk about one of Foamby's favourite special characters from an army he used to play but no longer does, the Space Wolves, and it's Bjorn the Fell Handed. So, 2nd edition, 270 points, and he is a Dreadnought so still counts as a support option. Stat-wise, Movement 6, Weapon Skill 8, Blitz Skill 6, Strength 7, Initiative 5, Attacks 4, Leadership 10. He has a RAM value of Strength 7, D10 damage, a -4 save modifier. As yep, all rules ramming was a thing with vehicles. Equipment-wise, he's pretty nasty for a Dreadnought. He has a Lightning Claw and Heavy Flame on one arm, letting him tear through things in combat easy than other Dreads who just had Power Fists at the time. And, well, a staple weapon on Dreadnoughts in 2nd edition, the Assault Cannon. Yeah, this thing can just delete most things in one volley, with it potentially getting to 9 Strength 8 shots, or you could roll 3 jams and it blows up. But we'll get into more specifics when I go into specific weapons. He also has an auto launcher that can fire frag and crack grenades. Now, armor values. Being 2nd edition, different body parts had different armor values. So, if you rolled a 1, you hit his legs, front armor 20, side and rear 18. The left arm on a 2, right arm on a 3, both front armor 19, side and rear 17, and 4 to 6 his body, front armor 21, side and rear 19. So let's say you got through the leg armor. On a roll of 1, he can't move next turn. On a 2, he staggers D3 inches in the random direction, can collide with things. 3 to 4, he's now limping and going to move D3 inches a turn. 5 to 6, timber! As a leg gets blown off. He is treated as destroyed, though it does actually say he's still alive, he just can't do anything. He's kind of just flailing his arms around, going help. Speaking of the arms, on a 1, he loses 1 attack dice, as it can't be used in combat. Now, the Assault Cannon, that's fine, but with the Lightning Claw, yeah, the Heavy Flamer can be used, but yeah, no, the Lightning Claw is a bit buggered now, sadly. On a 2, the weapons on the arm now only work on a 4+. 3 to 5, the arm's just blown off completely, and he loses 1 attack and the weapons on that arm. On a 6, it explodes. It's same as 3 to 5, but you also now have to roll on the body damage. Which, on a 1, he can now only move or attack on a 4+. On a 2, his stats are half for the rest of the game. 3 to 4, his engine bursts into flames. He's now immobile, can only fire 1 weapon, and at the start of each player's turn, yours and your opponent's, roll a d6 and a 1 or 2. Kaboom! He has a 3-inch blast radius, doing d6 strength 10 hits, -3 save modifier to any model in the blast radius. On a 5, he's badly wounded, staggers d3 inches in a random direction, and collapses and can no longer fight. And finally on a 6, it's just the boom from 3 to 4, it just happens. So, can you help prevent this? Well, you can with a special rule. At the start of the game, roll a d6. Now, Bjorn has that many modifier points. When his armor is penetrated and the damage is rolled, you can spend those modifier points to reduce the effect down to a minimum of 1. So let's say you had 5, and he rolled a 3, you could reduce it to a 1, and you'd have 3 modifier points left over. Yeah, that was pretty helpful keeping him around and active. So yes, as I said, I used to play Space Rules from 2nd edition to 4th edition, and Bjorn was an auto-include for being 2nd edition, as if you're gonna take a Dreadnought, you might as well just take him. The Lightning Claw is just solid, the Assault Cannon is powerful, and he's pretty durable. Now then, the next codex was 3rd edition, and Bjorn's not in it. Yeah, they had the Venerable Dreadnought, which will use the Bjorn model, but it's not him. No, Bjorn will not return until 5th. So, no official new model yet. Might need to make a new one for some options from the plastic Dreadnought kit that was available at the time. So, he's now a HQ choice, and he's basically going to live here from now on. He's also, funnily enough, still 270 points. Stat-wise, Weapon Skill 6, Blitz Skill 6, Strength 7, Front Armor 13, Side Armor 12, Rear Armor 10, and Initiative 3, Attacks 4. Yep, the normal vehicle armor rules from 3rd to 7th apply to him now. So he has the Assault Cannon, but it can be replaced by a Plasma Cannon for 3, or a Trinlink Las Cannon for 20 points. And this is why I'm bringing up the plastic Dreadnought kit, as, yeah, you would have to, get one of those if you wanted those weapon options. Otherwise, he has smoke launchers, a dread close combat weapon with heavy flamer. Yeah, it's just a dread close combat weapon for now. He also has the Wolf-Tailed Talisman. This lets him negate an enemy's psychic power targeting him on a 5+, and the Saga of Majesty, letting friendly units within 6 inches of him reroll morale tests. Handy. Bjorn is a vulnerable dreadnought, obviously, so he can force opponents to reroll the result on the vehicle damage table. Very handy. Alongside that, he has the Wall of the Primarch, so he also has a 5+ invul save against glancing and penetrating hits. Yeah, he's still tanky then. Also unique to him, he's an ancient tactician, so you can reroll the dice to see who picks deployment zone first. Now, he also has somewhat of a downside. That is, he is a living relic. If he suffers the destroy result, his model is left on the battlefield. All Space Wolves are now fearless. Yay! However, if you're playing with objectives, he now counts as an objective. And if playing with kill points, the Space Wolf player will forfeit D3 kill points unless a friendly Space Wolf model is in contact with him at the end of the game. So yeah, Bjorn, still tanky, and had some no buffs now. But losing him? Yeah, that has some disadvantages now, so something to keep in mind. Though it is nice he can lead your army. Now then, 6th edition, we skip over, and we head to 7th. And model update! And I do like that his old banner is now just part of his armor, that's kind of a nice detail. So he's 220 points now, no change to his stat line, other than he has 3 hull points now, as that's something that got introduced in 6th edition for vehicles. So he's still got the assault cannon, and still do the plasma cannon for free. The Twinkling Lascars are 5 points, but he's got a brand new weapon, the Hellfrost cannon, which is also free. And this is a Space Wolf specific gun, so we can look at its profile. It actually has 2. Disperse mode, 24-inch range, strength 6, AP 3, heavy 1 blast, and the Hellfrost special rule, or focused, 24-inch range, strength 8, AP 1, heavy 1, Hellfrost. So what's that mean then? Well, Hellfrost means the model wounded by it must pass a strength test for each wound suffered, or be removed from play as they are turned into a giant frozen popsicle. Pretty handy. Also, he's got the Lightning Claw black, but it's been renamed to the True Claw, which still has the Heavy Flamer, but is Strength 10, AP 2, Melee, Mastercrafted, and Shred rules. Pretty nice. His Warlord trait is Saga of Majesty. It's still the same, but now has a 12-inch range. He can also have a drop pod now if you want with him. Special rules, he's still vulnerable, so rerolling the vehicle damage, and he's still rocking that 5+ invulnerable save. He has lost Living Relic though. So let's see, he got some more powerful weapons, a points decrease, and he actually lost the downside of him dying. Yeah, suffice to say, this is a buff over his 5th edition form. Still, on to 8th edition we go. Bjorn is now 194 points base, movement 8, weapon skill 2+, ballistic skill 2+, strength 7, toughness 8, runes 8, attacks 5, leadership 9, and a 3+ save. As yep, we've now reached the point where vehicles don't have armor, they just have toughness and saves again. Now, he comes with you the assault cannon for 22 points, heavy plasma cannon for 30 points, a Twinkling Las cannon for 50, or the Hellfrost cannon for 25 points. What's the Hellfrost doing now? Well, it's either 24-inch range, heavy D3, strength 6, AP-2, damage 1, or heavy 1, strength 9, AP-4, D6 damage. And if either wounds but doesn't kill a model, well, a D6, and on a 6, that model takes a mortal wound. The True Claw still has the heavy flamer, and in melee, it's strength +5, AP-4, D6 damage, and you can reroll failed wounds with it. Very handy. What about special rules then? Well, he finally has the army rule of They Shall Know No Fear, as well he's got a leadership test again. He is still an ancient tactician, which if your army is battleforged, he grants you 1 additional command point. Handy. The smoke launchers are now once per game, and instead of shooting, he uses them, and the enemies have -1 hit him with shooting until your next turn. Legendary Tenacity lets him ignore runes he loses on a 5+, so basically it's replacing the invul save, but in some ways it is better. Last Company of Russ. all Space Wolves within 6 inches of him re-roll hit rolls of 1. When he dies, he can explode on a roll of 6, doing D3 mortal wounds to each unit within 3 inches of him. His Warlord trait is still Saga Majesty, and now he passes morale checks automatically, and they show no fear, kinda doesn't matter, and increases the range of his auras by 3. So yes, that buff, is bigger. Nice. It does also say, thankfully, it does not buff his explosion radius, though that would kinda be funny if it did. Yeah, Bjorn's basically kept the same roll in 8th he had previous, just obviously altered to work in 8th. What about 9th then? Well, he's now 175 points base, and he's not really changed too much. Equipment-wise, the Assault Cannon Heavy Plasma Cannon are 3. He can now have a Multi-Melter for 5 points. The Twinkling Las Cannon is now 20. The Hellfrost is 5, and has changed again. It's now got 36-inch range, Heavy D3, Strength 6, AP-2, Damage 1 Blast, or Heavy 1, Strength 9, AP-4, D3 plus 3 damage. Special rules are the same for the most part, but he now has Duty Eternal, and subtracts 1 for the damage roll he takes to a minimum of 1. Very nice. But he has lost Ancient Tactician, so no more bonus command point. Aww. His Warlord trait is still Aura Majesty, and it still adds the 3-inch range to the Rites of Battle and some abilities, so yeah, similar to 8th. Yeah, overall, 9th is not a huge change. He came to Multi-Melter if you wanted, and he's slightly harder to kill, but no more bonus command point. But, still fine. And now we have 10th. 180 points, Movement 9, Toughness 9, Save 2+, now with a 5+ invul, Runes 8, Leadership 6+, OC 3. So, the Assault Cannon base still, but now it's either the Multi-Melter or the Hellfrost Cannon. Yeah, he lost the Plasma Las Cannon completely. Also, the Hellfrost is now either a Atomic Weapon, 12-inch range, Attack D6, Strength 6, AP-1, Damage 2, or 36-inch range, Attacks 1, Skill 2+, Strength 10, AP-3, Damage 5. His Claw now has lethal hits, and ends Attack 6, from Skill 2+, Strength 12, AP-2, Damage 3, and it's still got the Heavy Flamer. So, what special rules? Well, not only does he have that 5+ invul, he also has a 5+ Feel No Pain. So yeah, still tanky. He's got Deadly Demise 1. Oath of Moment, as is still a Marine. Legendary Tenacity is still around, and if he's hit by a weapon with a strength higher than his toughness, you reduce rune rolls of it by 1. Very nice. Oh, and he's also an Ancient Tactician again, and he now grants 1 command point during your command phase again. So, he's still a tanky bugger, but he's lost a couple of ranged options. He's also no longer giving his aura buff, but the CP bonus back is nice. And yeah, that is Bjorn as he is right now. Honestly, he has been consistently a tough Dreadnought to kill, and if you want him, he's never truly been a bad option. Heck, he's also one of the main reasons I know people play Dreadnought-focused armies using space rules from 5th edition onwards, because he was an HQ choice and it was one of the easiest ways to do it. Yeah, Bjorn is a solid option to use, no matter the edition, and honestly, if I did do Space Marines again, he's probably the first model I'm getting.